Now, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are joined in studio by breast cancer survivor Sam Nadelman, and social worker Clare Manicom joins us in studio to give us advice on how to cope and how should one support your loved one if they are diagnosed with breast cancer. Good morning and welcome to Expresso.
Thank you.
Now, we'll start with you, Sam. Everyone says women should get mammograms at the age of 40 and older, but you were diagnosed at 36.
Yeah.
Please share your story with us.
For many years, my gynae said, don't worry, wait until you're 40, it's absolutely fine. And then 2010, I went for a routine checkup, which was pushed forward because I found a large mass. And he had a look and he sent me for a semi-emergency mammogram. And usually they said, you know, don't worry, you don't need to wait, we'll just send you the information. They said, no, actually sit and wait. Gave me a report, everything happened immediately. I went to a specialist, and 2 weeks later, I had a double mastectomy.
Now, Sam, your mom and your aunt both passed away from breast cancer. Did this make you more vigilant and more aware? And were you checking yourself regularly?
I think having the knowledge from past experiences, you become more vigilant and you know that it's not something that you leave, because breast cancer, there's no pain. So unfortunately, most of the time it's late detection, but this was very early detection, even though it spread to the lymph nodes.
Claire, you've worked with many breast cancer patients, and it's quite an emotional process that they go through. What do they experience?
Liesl, I think the main feeling that people have is a sense of uncertainty. What has been familiar and secure is now no longer familiar and secure. And a lot of ladies feel a sense of what does my future hold? How will I cope with treatment? How will I juggle my different roles and my tasks in life? What's life going to be like in future? Will my husband, my partner still love me? Will I find another partner? So there's lots of questions and uncertainty, and that leads to anxiety. And that's often where people are needing support and caring and just understanding.
And there are people out there to provide support.
Absolutely, yeah. We as social workers are certainly well equipped to put support in place to offer counselling and therapy as necessary, but family and friends are very important as well, even work colleagues and people within the community, to break down a sense of stigma. People who have breast cancer are just the same as everybody else. I have a sister who's had breast cancer. She's just the same as everybody else in the world. So we need to love and accept and understand people, even when they're going through a tough time.
And what advice do you have for families and friends and loved ones out there who've got a family member or a friend going through this?
I think the obvious thing is to provide that love, support, caring, openness, but it's also important to have a sense of let's do practical stuff, because treatment can be very tiring, can be very draining, and often it's the practical things that people need help with. Arranging for care for children, perhaps helping out with some of the chores around the house, educating family members on how to load a washing machine and empty the washing. It's that kind of day-to-day things that women do, and suddenly the load is put onto the rest of the family, and that's where there can be a lot of stress and strain.
Now, Sam, as a breast cancer survivor, what advice do you have for women out there?
Don't be scared, because that's an obvious emotion that everyone goes through. It's better to be more vigilant, act fast, don't wait, and you've got a better chance, better outcome, and more that can be done.
Well, Sam, Claire, thank you so much for joining us. Sam, thank you for joining us and sharing your story with us. Now, Pick n Pay have an amazing series of walks happening around the country, creating awareness of breast cancer and promoting the Pink Drive, where you can go and get a mammogram for free. The next one's happening in Johannesburg, but if you want to find out more details on our website, expressoshow.com.